today. For us, truly it is a matter of delight to be associated with the world's largest technical professional association, the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, through its Bangalore section. We are very happy to receive an overwhelming response from participants from across the country and abroad, including Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, to name a few. IEEE received about 685 research papers, and finally, 215 papers have been selected for presentation today. We hope that the acceptance ratio, which is close to 30%, seems to be very good to ensure the quality of the research contributions going to be presented in the conference today. Friends, we have with us on the dais beloved President Dr. B. Ashok Verma, the Secretary, SDM Educational Society, Dr. Bapu Bindu Madhavan, IEEE Mangalore Subsection as Chief Guest, Dr. Chanakya Kumar Jha, IEEE Site Chair for Asia-Pacific countries. Dr. Dattatreya Boremani is going to join us shortly. Dr. Krupa Rosen, IEEE Senior Member as keynote speaker and also guest of honor on this occasion, and Dr. Basavati, Conference Convener. Ladies and gentlemen, we indeed delighted and feel honored to have an eminent personality, the man who is always inspiring us with his vision. He meticulously plans the activities of the college. He instills integrity and confidence in us. No matter how busy he is, he has accepted our invitation to be with us today to preside over the program in the absence of Dr. D. Virendra Hegde. He is none other than Dr. D. Ashok Verma, Secretary, SDM Educational Society. We never come out of empty-handed. Anytime after having interaction with him, he opens our mind, enlightens us, and gives us a new dimension to our thinking, to think out of the box. I, on behalf of IEEE and our organizing committee and all participants gathered here, extend a very warm welcome to Dr. B. Ashok Verma. You are all honored by your presence, sir. I request Dr. Girish, Professor and Head of Mechanical Engineering, to greet Dr. Ashok Verma. Rosin from University of Kebansan, Malaysia, to grace this occasion as a chief guest. But unfortunately, he has to give a very close attention to his most loved one on health issues, and he had to cancel his flight today and conveyed us that he is not in a position to participate in this program. So when we made a request to Dr. Bapu Bindu Madhavan, Vice Chair, IEEE Mangalore Subsection, he wholeheartedly agreed to grace this occasion as a chief guest. During my short interaction with Dr. Bindu Madhavan, I found him very simple, very scholarly and resourceful person. Dear sir, we are highly appreciate your timely support and understanding. I, on behalf of our management and organizing committee and all gathered here, extend a very warm welcome to you, sir, on this occasion. I request Dr. Manjunath, Head of Electrical Engineering, Jha, IEEE Site Chair for Asia-Pacific countries, and also Dr. Krupa. I am delighted to mention here that Dr. Chanakya Jha is instrumental in getting this conference hosted at our campus today. With lots of pleasure, I extend a very warm welcome to Dr. Chanakya Kumar Jha. I call upon Dr. Krishna Prasad, Head of Civil Engineering, to greet Dr. Jha. I more on personal level extend a very warm welcome to Dr. Basava, the convener. Also on this.
Thank you for joining us at the 4th I2 City, that is the International Conference for Convergence in Technology 2018. To our eminent speakers and delegates who come here for all over the world, I bid you a warm welcome to Ujire, a holy place. We are indeed honored to have you here with us. We have about 226 participants from 13 countries gathered here today. Many of them are present here, many are on the way to be here. The International Conference for Convergence in Technology, I2CT, is one of the premier conferences of Asia Pacific. The first International Conference of Convergence in Technology 2014 was organized in Pune. In this conference, we received 1,228 papers and around 350 papers were received and published during the online IEEE Explore digital library of the IEEE. In that conference, total 5 speakers, number of sessions were 36, and total number of tracks was 14. In the second I2CT, International Conference of Convergence in Technology, organized in 2017, Pune itself, and that was organized in the association of SCOE Pune. In that conference, we received paper around 1,100 from 21 countries, and 254 papers were published during that conference. As well, in the third International Conference of Convergence and Technology 2018, April 2018, we received around 1,200 papers from 27 countries, and 354 paper was approved for the publication in the IEEE Explore. During that conference, we had total number of speakers around 12. We had session of 36, and total track that was utilized for the presentation of the people was around 14. I am a member of Bombay section, IEEE Bombay section, and looking at the activities of humanitarian technology there, not for the Asia Pacific. I have responsibility to work for the Bombay section. Bombay section having the jurisdiction of the 4 states, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, and Goa. I feel proud to be appointed as the chair of Technical Program Committee for this 4th conference, 4th I2CT, and for hosting this event here. Bringing together renowned experts in their respective fields to address the vital issues of research in the field of convergence and innovation kind of technology. Cutting across all disciplines, convergence in technology, especially in innovation areas, has become increasingly important today, given that innovation and R&D are key drivers of economic growth worldwide. This conference, however, will not be just one other talk shop. By the end of the event, we intend to formulate a set of recommendations to be known as the feedback of the participants and other delegates. This statement, to be crafted based on the discussion during the conference, will be on recommendation on the 4 key aspects of convergence and technology, that is namely on the basis of first, national international framework of promoting research in innovative areas of convergence and technology and responding to misconduct. Global research scenario for the research integrity during the innovation of the convergence technology. Coordinated principles and strategies and the discussion outcomes during the sessions. Best practices for the academic and research involvement during the conference, and it will be displayed on the website. The conference statement will be a benchmark for the future. All conference delegates are encouraged to get involved in this development through the online or offline process. It will be displayed and through the CMT tools, it will be available online also. The debate has started even as I speak. The exchange of views and information will continue over the entire duration of the conference, recognizing of planning and members. At the junction here, I would like to take opportunity to thank the local committee, especially Dr. Vashava T, who is looking all the local arrangement and working as the local committee to organize this event. And this institution have a good number of volunteers, not only the good number of volunteers, they have extended work efficiency to compile all this work very efficiently. It's a very good thing that. Other committee, and especially I'm very thankful to the principal, Dr. Ashok T, to taking the good effort to providing the support to their students, volunteers, especially for the staff to organize these conferences. Even this is the very good thing is that this is the very holy place not for the Karnataka, for the India. And the people around this institution is eagerly waiting, not eagerly waiting only, they are eagerly coming to help for the organizers, for the conference participants also. So that will the days during the day of the two of the conference you will enjoy here. Yeah, I think you will not find any kind of difficulties during the research session, even for the other areas and eras of the work that you will spend for the 2 days. And I am thankful to the chief guest and the chair of IEEE Mangalore subsection, Dr. Bindu Madhava sir, who is the head of Karnataka State CDAC also, to be here and increase the essence of this conference. Again, I'm very thankful to Dr. B. Yasho Verma, secretary of this organization, this trust. It's a very big trust, and especially the trust is in real sense of trust. Doing and serving for the society, working for the people. It's a very and IEEE there is a site, special interest group of humanitarian technology. When we have STC, Humanitarian Technology Committee, all people, the work of that kind of committee and the society is to work for the humanitarian. Our work is to transfer the technology to the humanity. Otherwise, there is no meaning of the knowledge or the technology if you have and you are not able to transfer the same thing to the other needy people. And this kind of trust is doing the same work. They have their own organization, they have people, and transferring the power from one source to the other. So I am very thankful to you people especially doing the work for the humanitarian and all these things. And really thankful to the volunteers, other staffs, for their hard work and effort in planning and coordinating this event. In closing, I encourage delegates and participants actively in interesting discussion over the next 2 days. I wish everyone a successful and fruitful conference. Thank you. Cultural event. So I'm requesting, as being the individual and the part of the institution and this conference, all be together, just enjoy that cultural night. And especially we forwarded mail to all our people to be and maintain your tradition there. If you have your tradition costume or anything, so try to be in there. So I think I'm here seeing the faces from the 3 to 4 countries available people here. And
Madhava as our chief guest on this occasion. Yasha Verma, Secretary of SDM Educational Society. Dr. Yasha Verma, Professor of Botany, served SDM Degree College as principal for about 25 years and excellent academician and administrator. He is guiding us in all our day-to-day matters and planning activities of our engineering college. Constantly touring across the length and breadth of the state, visiting various colleges coming under SDM Educational Society. Despite his busy schedule, he wholeheartedly accepted our invitation and is presiding over the function in the absence of Dr. D. Virendra Hegade. We are truly honored by your presence, sir. Okay, at the outset, I am thankful to our beloved principal, Dr. Ashok Kumar T, General Chair, I2CT, and Dr. D. Basava T, Convener of I2CT, for giving an opportunity to introduce the chief guest and chief patron. Thank you, one and all.
Gathering. Now it's time to inaugurate this international conference. and a special moment to all of us. It's my immense pleasure to invite today's chief guest. Through conference proceedings. It's my honor and privilege to request Dr. B. Yeshwarma, today's president of today's function, to release this conference proceedings.
By chief guest. So that's the whole thing. Anyway, I was happy to come here for two things. Regularly I come to Dharmasthala temple. So once this particular thing was told, when this conference started itself, we were just trying to see how to come here. That was my intention. So without chief guest also I would have come here. So I would like to give some inputs in two forms, because I work for CDAC, which is my bread and butter. Okay, and I volunteer for IEEE. So that's things what I handle. So a little bit of CDAC. I don't know how many of you know CDAC, because in any places other than the scientist community, CDAC is not well known. So C dot is well known because of their telephony and telematics thing. CDAC mandate is to design supercomputers in India and work in the emerging fields. So emerging fields of computing. So it can be anything. So today, if the computing has to be successful, there should be some sort of a local language interface. So CDAC is known for the local language interface for all the computing machines. So that's one area. And we are working in the National Supercomputing Mission, which is a 7 years project to come out with the exascale systems in the country. So of course, what is exascale, I'll be talking. I mean, I've been given a half an hour slot also to talk. So there I'll try to sort of see what are the issues dealing with the exascale computing, why this is required, is it all required, if it is required, who uses this, and what are the challenges over there. And the other thing is, if you see the Gartner's, because this conference theme happens to be convergence in technology. So convergence is happening at all level. So what was happening is earlier the conferences were held with the affiliation from the societies like Computer Society, Communication Society, very specific to a particular stream. So now it has become convergence. So it has become interdisciplinary sort of conferences which are happening. It is good, as well as there are some challenges also. So I think we have to take care of this particular thing. If there is to be an in-depth research paper to come out, so we have to focus. We should have a focused conference where we get the research papers. The challenge is number. You might not get the numbers. So that's how we have to sort of see a balance to have a conference, niche, in-depth, this one. That's one input. Of course, this is the 4th edition, and looks like this is a moving conference. That's what we call in the parlance of IEEE, where internationally the conference moves. That means every country, once the conference takes place and it moves. So this being the 4th conference seems to be nationally moving. So that's my observation. So that is a good sign. And of course, any conference with 30% acceptance for a 4th edition is little sticky. So we should try to see that it should not exceed more than 20% odd. So that's the overall thing. So that's one input I thought I should give as this one. And the other technologies, I think it is covered length and breadth in this particular thing. So from renewables to power engineering control system to advanced computing. So this today's requirement of any application has got a gamut of requirement, from the data source to the compute engine which has to be there. So I think that is to an extent okay. But advances in civil and environmental engineering. So this is an area which has to be looked into, whether this should be there in the conference or not. So these are all some of the inputs which I thought it should be given, so that there's a 4th, so that the 5th conference might not have the same thing in the place. So the other thing is basically this being the 4th edition, I think 685 accepted this one, and 685 applied and 215 accepted papers. So I think that percentage I told, it is a relatively okay sort of thing. But only one thing what I was happy is the JA has brought this conference to a remote place like Dharmasthala. So that is one good thing which has happened, and definitely this will have a sort of good impact on the conference, as well as the opportunity for the faculty and the students of these colleges which are not generally having this international representation. So I think I request all of you, faculty plus the students, to make best use of this particular opportunity which is there, and try to see whether, I don't know whether you have got IEEE student branch in the college. If it is there, please strengthen it. And I can assure from the Bangalore section that we will support with whatever the technical support required, so that you can have some sort of a flair for the experts in this particular area who can come and talk to faculty members who can enhance their thing. Once the faculty members' knowledge or skill set is enhanced, it will have a multiplying effect, because that is the thing which is passed on directly to the students. So it will have a multiplying effect. I think that will have a good impact. So my suggestion is strengthen your student branch and try to sort of organize some good workshops. So I'll be able to help with the resource persons who can come and sort of guide you people. So with this particular thing, I thank the management of SDM for giving me an opportunity to be here and share my professional as well as the bread and butter areas what I been doing. So in the next session, I'll try to sort of cover something on the power aware in the parallel computing. Parallel computing is the forte of CDAC. So there are some issues of the power. How do we take care of this power? And little bit of research pointers for the people who work in this particular area and who intend to work also, because that will be the future for computer science people. I mean, that's how the whole thing is. So once again, I thank one and all for giving me an opportunity, and I wish this conference all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable thoughts. And
Honorable Inaugurator of the International Conference, Dr. Bapu Bindu Madhavan, Dr. Krupa Rosane, Dr. Dattatray Bormane, Principal, all the invitees, members of the media. First of all, I wish to convey to you the blessings of our revered President, Dr. D. Virendra Hegde. He wished the function all the success. For some unavoidable reasons, he could not make himself present for this particular conference, but he has conveyed his best wishes. Before going ahead, I wish to congratulate the persons who are responsible for selecting the topic for this international conference, this convergence of technology. Research in any area doesn't happen in a linear way, and even if it happens in a linear way, nothing much can be expected from that kind of research. Only when there is convergence of different areas of research, only when it becomes interdisciplinary, some path-breaking research can be expected. And this conference is planned with that farsightedness, with that futuristic vision. I wish that all those papers which are presented here and all the discussions that happen subsequently will be an eye-opener in this particular direction. Whenever we speak of technology, the first thing that comes to our mind is comfort or convenience. Any technology is aimed at making our life easy and our life more enjoyable, our life more peaceful. But if we deeply look into all those innovations, what has happened, for example, if I have to give the example of internet technology, the internet was first initially, it was devised as a tool for communication. Internet was a device for communication. It was meant for that. In 70s when it was invented, it was meant for that. But now if you look at the applications of internet, communication is one small area, but it has crept into several other areas, and you can't expect a day without internet. It has become a part of our life. Mobile, for example, though we call it as a communication device, it has come up to our dining table. Even for a minute, if it is not with us, we feel that some of our body part, some body organ is missing. We become desperate. So we get addicted to that extent. It has come out for our benefit. It has come as a tool, but we get so much addicted, as one of the psychologists said. Our addiction to these gadgets is more severe than our addiction to alcohol or the drugs. We get more addicted, but we are not aware of that. We don't feel that because it doesn't directly harm us like alcohol or drugs, but our addiction to this is much severe than alcohol or drugs. So that's the way we accept all these innovations. We, at the age of retirement, or like me who are retired, we always speak of internet revolution. We say internet revolution, internet revolution. But when I see youngsters here sitting here, when I say internet revolution, it looks to be meaningless for them because they are born after revolution, internet revolution. For them, it has no relevance, it has no meaning. If you see an old man, freedom fighter in 80s or 90s, he will be always speaking about freedom struggle. He will be always talking about those days. But when he speaks about those days, for us, it looks irrelevant because we are born after independence, because we are brought up in an independent India, independent country. So similarly, the technology becomes so much absorbed in our system that we don't realize that it is there. We use it, becomes a part, but we fail to realize that it is helping us, or it has become a part of our day-to-day life. So the purpose of telling all this, what I mean to say ultimately is, gradually we are surrendering ourselves to these various tools which are available, technology that is available. So technology which has come to our assistance, ultimately, day by day, without our notice, we become slaves of this technology. We start surrendering to this technology. So gradually, the technology starts dominating us. Whether we accept or not, the technology starts dominating us and we become slaves to the technologies. So that's what we have to be very much concerned about and very much, always cared about. A well-known historian, Yuval Noah Harari, has written a book called Homo Deus. He has written 3 books. One is Homo Sapiens, another is Homo Deus, and another book, recent book has written is 21 Lessons for the 21st Century. So Homo Deus is a very interesting book wherein he writes about the future of the technology. So the very name Homo Deus means man becoming God. He says the man is becoming God. For the last 3.5 billion years, if you look into the history of evolution, for the past 3.5 billion evolution, we believed that God has created organisms, life on earth, and right from the primitive microorganism, bacteria, to the man, the evolution took about 3.5 billion years. And for 3.5 billion years, God created organic life. So organic life is like we who breathe, there is a respiration, we take food, there is digestion, there is reproduction. So there is an organic life. God created organic life. This Yuval Noah Harari, he says, God took 3.5 billion years to create human being, organic human being, and in another 200 years, he says, man will create inorganic human being. Inorganic human being is a machine which is able to think and act like human beings. It will be a replica of human beings, but it is inorganic. It is a machine. It is a robot which thinks and acts like human beings. And it will be doing all sorts of things. You need not have to give it food. You need not have to feed it. But it can do all the works what human beings are doing. So it is a combination of, I said, convergence of technology. So for bringing about that new organism, inorganic organisms, he says it is a combination of 2 technologies, the biotechnology and information technology. The biotechnology and information technology will be brought together to create a new organism, new human being. Yes, it looks very interesting. We feel really happy, like there's a machine which can do everything to us. We will be looking forward the day when we can sit and command that machine. Yes, it will do all the work for us. There's a good side of it. But the bad side of it is when we get that particular kind of inorganic individual, I don't call it as machine, inorganic individual, what will be the repercussions? You know, when the Industrial Revolution took place, a small country like Britain became very rich. It was poorer than India. All the European countries were poorer than India and China. But when Industrial Revolution took place, Britain and other European countries and America started becoming richer and richer. India and China remained poor. Why India and China remained poor? All European countries, they immediately accepted the Industrial Revolution. But in India, we did not accept. We were used to a particular way of functioning. We thought we can continue with that. And it's clearly written that at that time, even a small wheelbarrow, which is used for carrying mud, with the two wheels they use for carrying mud, if it was sent to India, Indian laborers, Indian workers, they would not load it with mud and push it. Instead, they would remove that bucket of that wheelbarrow, fill the earth on that and carry on the head. Because we are used to doing manual work, we thought we can continue with that. So we did not accept Industrial Revolution. That's why India and China remained to be poorer, whereas all European countries started becoming rich. So that's what happens if we are not prepared to accept or take technology and go at the same pace. Okay, Industrial Revolution took place. We have two abilities. Human beings have two abilities. One is physical ability and another is cognitive ability, mental ability. When the Industrial Revolution took place, we shifted from doing manual work to cognitive work, intellectual work. Now, if you ask the students what is your ambition, ultimately 90% of the students will say, I want to get into software. So what is software? It is a intellectual work. So that ability of ours to think has helped us. When physical labor came down, when the physical labor was transferred to the machines, when the machines took over the physical work, we shifted ourselves to the intellectual work. And we started doing intellectual jobs. We started becoming service providers. We are not doing physical work, but we started doing intellectual work. Now, if because of artificial intelligence or whatever it is, I'm not a technical person, I'm a beneficiary of that. But then all this biotechnology and information technology, artificial intelligence, you get an inorganic organism, it takes over. It starts doing intellectual job also, then where will you go? We don't have third ability. We have physical ability, intellectual ability. So even if the intellectual ability also is taken over by the machines, then where should we go? So Harari says, beautifully he says, when the Industrial Revolution took place, there developed a group, a large mass of people who are called as working class. When the Industrial Revolution happened, a large mass of people started working for industries, and it is called as working class. And when this artificial intelligence or inorganic man is created, he says there will be a large large group of useless class. We start becoming useless because machine is able to do much better than us. All our algorithms, they are able to do. If you browse your Amazon, if you select one particular book, next time you open that page, it gives references of 10 books of similar type. All that algorithm happens within, it captures the data, does it, and entire information, it recognizes our way of thinking, and accordingly it starts pushing things to us. So that is the kind of development. Now they say with this, not only the ordinary jobs, the jobs of doctors also, lawyers also are likely to be lost. What does the doctor do? If I have a stomach ache, so it is all pre-fed data. Doctor will, based on his previous experience, a stomach ache may be because of A reason, B reason, C reason, D reason. He will analyze. He will give medicine for A. It doesn't work. B, C. He will start prescribing medicines. So, doctor is not a divine personality, is not creating or imagining and doing it. Based on his previous experience, he gives us medicine. And now, this particular inorganic man or supercomputer, what they are developing, can have, a doctor may get 10 patients a day, 100 patients a day. Based on that experience, he may be prescribing medicine. But this particular supercomputer or machine has access to all the data related to stomachache across the globe. So it is able to calculate, find out the logic, and then suggest based on the experience of billions and billions of people with stomachache. It will analyze and come out with a better solution for stomachache than what a doctor could do. Same is the case with lawyers. So even some of those things, even at that level, people may become jobless, and such areas also may be taken over by the machines. So there is a better side, there is a good side of revolution, technology development. At the same time, there is a challenging side also. I will not say a bad side, the challenging side also. So this type of conferences should be an eye-opener for us. So now our students, our youngsters, maybe when I did my post-graduation in botany, I could manage my 35 years with what I studied in post-graduation. I didn't have to reinvent myself because the developments were happening very slow. But now the technological development, the research is happening so fast that in next 5 years, what happens you don't know. For me, what I studied and what I did, studying, learning and doing, it was distinct, very clear for me. I learned this, I have to do this. 30 years I could do this, I managed that. But now, with this speed of technological development, the line of demarcation between learning and doing will be very, very unclear. You learn something today, another 3 years, what you have to do may be entirely different. So updating to that is what is required. Here now, the youngsters, what we should teach is not just what we know or what is there at present. Instead, we have to teach them how to learn new things, how to update themselves, and also how to face the challenges, because they'll have to face challenges frequently throughout their career, throughout their life. How to face the challenges also is a thing to be learned by the youngsters. So only way out for us is be a part of this technological revolution, be innovators, be a part of this development, so then only we can survive and our country also can be survived. Otherwise, we have lakhs and lakhs of jobs at present, but all those jobs, if they are taken over by the machines, then what will be the fate of the nation, the economy of the nation? So in that context, that's why I said in the beginning, this particular topic, convergence of technology, is a very apt topic. I wish that the deliberations will be very fruitful, and also they will give a new direction to the way the engineering colleges teach or communicate to the students, also the way the engineering students look at technology of the future. So once again, I thank IEE for giving this opportunity to organize this conference here.
The highly valuable words. Sir, we are really touched, and I have an announcement to make for your kind attention. The minister who avail facilities of SKDRDP has extended into all the beneficiaries of SKDRDP in association with LIC of India.